Who?
You said 2 rappers.
Oh, does anyone know the rappers M Huncho and K Trap? So, you know they've got that Air Force One remix. I think, who's on it? It's K Trap that's on the remix? Yeah, Capricorn and K Trap. I tweeted them, but I tagged M Huncho instead of K Trap. Oh gosh. Twitter went mad, but it wasn't because I got them mixed up. I had scheduled 2 tweets because I was playing both of their tracks on the one show. All of Twitter was going after me. I just had to get under my show and hide, like, guys, I'm just going with this thing. But that gets sorted as well. So, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes, but you can bounce back from them easily. You're telling me you guys have never made any mistakes?
I've made a mistake, but it's not as big as yours, because like mine's just in the office, and it's like it's boring. Like your office life is boring. Like mine was, I was a runner. No, I was on work experience, and like they have these like big prints of like what shows they've like produced and put on TV, and then they put like the TX, so like the times and how many episodes went out on TV. And then the executive said, "Oh, Kyra, can you go out and get it printed onto this canvas?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I'll get it done." Were you there? Oh my gosh, I was nearly cried. It was my last day as well. So I went, got it printed, and then I came back and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't get like the text on it, like the TX times or the episodes." So I just blew up a massive picture on a canvas. Like I didn't do what she told me to do. So I came back in the office and I went to my table because it was like open plan office, so tables like everywhere. And I went to my table and was like, "Oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do?" And the exec was like, "Kyra, like, let me see it." And I was like, "Here it is." And she's like, "Did you not get the text on it?" I was like, "No, I forgot." And she was like, "It was all right." But deep down, like I wanted to cry because I was like, I've worked so hard for these past like 2 weeks, and then they employed me as well. And I was like, oh my gosh, like they're never gonna want me to come back, but it was minor.
Yeah. I think mine have been like that as well, just like little small mistakes. But from that, I feel like when you get into the media industry and you first start off and you start off on the foundation levels, everything seems so much bigger than it actually is.
True.
Like something as small as not getting the text printed or nobody cares. Nobody will die at the end of the day. But it feels so big. Like I feel like at work I've probably done like little small things like deleted a folder.
Wow.
I mean, a little small one. Or just done like silly little stuff like that can be fixed easily, but you'll be feeling like, oh my gosh, I've ruined the world and everything's just gonna go to trash. But it's alright.
I've even had like producers tell me that like they weren't rolling, like the camera's on, like they're filming this celebrity and like they're proper like in action, like we got the best clip, but the camera wasn't rolling. And it's like, how do you now tell this celebrity
that they have to do,
sorry, we have to do this again?
Yeah.
And it's like you just need to have that confidence to be like, look, I'm so sorry, like we gotta do it again.
Yeah, own your mistakes. Any mistake that you make in the media industry, whether it's TV or whatever it is, own it. Like
be confident
you can't hide behind it. You can't lie and say that you didn't do it. Own your mistake. Say I did this wrong, but here's how we can fix it, and it'll probably be better. You know?
All right, before we go, does anyone have any questions in relation to absolutely anything? Highlights of your career so far? I'll go first. One of the highlights of my career so far, I think not a personal one, doing Homegrown Live. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but we took loads of artists from the UK and we took over Coco and we did like a big show, and that was literally based off of my show, which started at the top of last year. And when the show started, like we didn't know how well it was going to be. I was meeting all the artists probably for the first time, like in a professional space, so all the interviews went well and it all sort of homed into that big live show. Like the first one, it was so good. We had Western Open, who headlined? Younger Than Young Bane headlined. Who else came to that one? Western, oh yeah, there was a few. The next one we had like AJ Dino, Octavian came, Dappy came to the next one, Hardy Caprio, Cadet was there as well, RFP. So Homegrown Live's probably been one of my highlights. Apart from getting the job, actually.
I think mine, I'm still highlighting. Like, I put that highlighter pen in the pencil case, and when it's time to bring it out, I'll be highlighting all over the career. I think right now I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. As soon as I get a documentary commissioned in my own name, that would be me done. People, that's what we're talking about. But for now, I think I'm just learning. I'm not there yet to be able to say, okay, I highlight this and this. Getting the job is always a good highlight. Some of the experiences that I've had, yeah, they've been great, but like a moment where I can just be like, yeah, this has been really, really great. I'm not there yet. When I get there, I'll let you know though, yeah.
I think a highlight for me would be going abroad with work, although like, I didn't enjoy it while I was there. But I didn't. It's like I'm not with my friends. I'm like with people who I'm with my colleagues. Like well, that's not fun. And I don't know. I just think I'm definitely still like finding what is for me because I've gone from like radio, presenting to TV, and it's like what am I doing? But I think it's okay to still be finding your way, but just making sure that you are doing like your other interests like on the sideline as well. So yeah.
Wicked. Obviously this has been a quick. Oh, you got one. You got one.
Okay, I'll put this thing. When you make like what do you do in documentaries? Because that's what I want to do as a career. I want to make like documentaries on like animals stuff like that. So like, how did you get up to where you are now?
Okay, so I started off in the company that I'm in. The company that I'm in is quite small, so we do a whole bunch of stuff. So we do documentary, we do scripted, we have a music department as well, so we do a whole bunch of different stuff. So I get to dibble and dabble in a bit of everything. When I started, I was an office assistant, and so I work in the office, just helping around. Then eventually I joined onto the non-scripted department as a development assistant. So you start off and it's just basically assisting the exec and all of that, like coming up with documentary ideas, doing a lot of research behind the ideas, and then developing a treatment, taking that over to a channel now, discussing with them and saying, okay, this is what we want to make. It's just a really long process. So you start off probably development assistant, then you'll work your way up and eventually become a development researcher. And it's basically doing the same thing but on a much larger scale. Now, because my company is so much smaller, I am allowed to go and be speaking to channels and stuff and go with an exec and speak with channels and decide, okay, this is what we want to work on, is this okay, does this work? So yeah, just find a company, find a production company. There's so many production companies out there. Find a production company that works for you, and obviously wants to hire you because you can't speak. Yeah. But
there's also like a TV runners group on Facebook. So I think that's really helpful because you can find like it's good to start like as a runner and then work your way up. So there's I can't remember what it's called, but try Google like TV for runners group. And like defo join that, and whatever jobs like pop up, you could do some. Exactly. Actually, I don't know how old you are, but you could do like a weekend runner job and then just network with people.
So yeah, work your way up. Go from runner, go from office assistant to development assistant to whatever it needs to be, and eventually you'll get there and be able to make your documentaries about animals.
And we have a massive round of applause for our guests today. They'll be sticking around for a few minutes. And very quickly, if we want to check out the podcast, just a reminder, details, where to find it, etc.
Yeah, I think on the podcast we go into detail with a lot of these topics, and we don't hold anything back either. So
it's a good podcast if you want to get into the industry.
Yeah, if you want to get into the industry for sure. I just finished uni. You can search that on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. That's where we live. Yeah. You can check us out on socials as well. I just finished uni on Instagram.
We'll do questions after. Come to
you on Twitter, and just hit us up individually. Like we know how hard it was to get into the industry, so we're all about letting you guys know like the information that no one let us know. We'll stick around for questions because I'm aware that time is cut. But come,
thanks guys. Take care.
Thank you very much for having us.